You're listening to Live and Local Conversation on Talk Radio 600 WBOB. The lines are open. Dial 854-1320. Now let's return to Cindy Gray's Politics, Business, and Mayhem.
Hi, welcome back. I'm Cindy Graves. We've got a full house today and a rousing show. We're on with journalist Kay Day, and we're on with our resident Democrat dude who always calls in, Daniel, who we love to hear from because we love to hear the other side of the issues. And also joining us, and he seems to be a little frightened, is Bill Haye. He is the host of I'm Speaking Plainly on Saturdays, and he's scheduled. Hi, Bill. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Cindy. How are you doing? Thank you.
Just wonderful. So all of you guys from Saturday that enjoy Bill's show, he's another conservative, and we're not trying to gang up on you, Daniel. But, Kay, I wanted to welcome you back.
This is important because Daniel's got some misinformation that needs to be corrected here about this bill. I looked it up to make sure because, you know, I don't like to make a claim unless I can verify it. The bill that was passed does not ban paying for abortion in cases of an act of forcible rape or, if a minor, an act of incest. Now, they dropped the forcible rape language, unfortunately, because what people don't realize, statutory rape is in a different category.
But all this had to do with Planned Parenthood, and it was the fact of federal funding.
The Hyde Amendment, which banned federal funding of abortions since the 1970s, has been renewed each year by every Congress, including Daniel's Democrat-controlled Congresses. If you recall, they had it from 2006 until November 2010. So the Democrats renewed that amendment, too. Now, I believe that a difference should have been made between statutory and forcible rape, not in the bill, but in the public dialogue, because we saw a young black man go to jail for statutory rape for committing a sexual act with his girlfriend, and she said it was consensual sex. Now, he was...
I know, well, that's another issue, and we got other things.
But what I'm saying is you need to differentiate between the two, and that's what Aiken tripped over. That's what led to his misstatement.
Okay, well, Daniel, let's bring you back, and does that answer the question?
Okay, when I first came on the air, I specifically said, in the plank of the Republican Party, which you have made no reservation for or incest or molestation. That's what I was speaking of.
That's correct.
The one you want to pass.
And you're correct, Daniel. You were correct.
Can I please finish? Can I just make my statement?
Daniel, I appreciate your statement, Daniel, but you needed clarification. Let me tell you personally what I think. That is, I disagree with parts of that plank. Do you agree with every...
It's in the plank. It's
Daniel,
there.
Do you agree with everything in the Democrat plank?
That's my point. That's my point. Mr. Ryan also sponsored a bill personally for personage of an infant still in the womb. It would have the right to come be born if the lady was raped.
No, that was in the case of paying for it with Planned Parenthood. I think that's what Kay was saying.
In Mr. Ryan's bill. In Mr. Ryan's bill.
Daniel, he didn't try to outlaw abortion. No, he didn't.
It's the law of the land, and we certainly do appreciate it.
You realize what's going to happen when people Google this, right, and they see that I'm right.
Yes, and we appreciate you, Daniel, but Harry's been holding
that you can find anything on Google. Google says the president, well, Google makes all, I mean, you can turn up thousands of stories. I'm reading you straight from the bill here.
But, Daniel, we appreciate you. We got to go to Harry. He's online, too. Hi, Harry. You're welcome to the show. You were on with Bill Haye and our darling Kay Day and myself. Bless you.
Well, thank you. You kind of touched on what I was going to say. And, yeah, it's not like this one potential Republican from Missouri is somehow going to repeal Roe versus Wade. The simple fact is that the taxpayer shouldn't have to pay for abortion as birth control. And that's
as birth control
we should be worrying about now. The Democrats are making an issue out of nothing. And personally,
thank God for Mr. Aiken, because I don't think he'd have the sense enough to box his way out of a paper bag, given the statements that he made, because he was not only anatomically incorrect, he's just dumb. But anyway.
Yeah. Well, I'm from Texas, and so they say that about me down here in Florida, but he's from Missouri, so well, whatever. But that's
No, it has nothing to do with this
all the
region.
stuff to be worried about now, and let me tell you where I'm coming from. I'm a mechanic. Well, I used to be a mechanic until Cash for Clunkers. And shortly after that, I was a week short of being tenured. So with a Fortune 500 company. But our business went away. So I was the highest paid employee, so I went away. And I've lost my house because of that. And at the same time, just before that, a bigger problem this country should be worried about is the prescription drug addiction this country has. And down here in Florida, it's really big. Because I lost my wife shortly before that because her drug addiction was more important than our marriage. And she wiped me out on credit and everything else.
And Bill Haye wants to weigh in.
Democrat
Harry, I know. Let's let Bill Haye weigh in because
Harry,
he's my guest this segment.
Harry, I can understand. Thank you, Cindy. I can understand, and I want you to realize that the Democrats have taken this small little fissure of this man, Mr. Aiken, that no one ever really heard of until he did one sentence on one day at one time. And they've taken this little fissure and they've decided to run with it because they know that the country was shifting towards a battle over the economy. And the economy is where we need to stay focused. You've lost your jobs. Everyone is rolling quarters to be able to buy groceries. And that's what the Republicans are offering is a fix that hasn't been fixed in the last 3 years. And we heard the man himself say, if I can't fix this in my first term, it's a one-term deal for me. And so if they get an opportunity to go in a different direction and drag the American people away from the economy, that's what they're going to do. So I feel for you, and I understand that our purpose now is to get us back on track, and let's get talking about the economy. Let's put Mr. Aiken over here in a field somewhere, and if he wins, he wins, and if he doesn't, he doesn't, and we move on from there.
Exactly, and I agree totally. And one more thing to say, that the Democrats, I agree totally, it's smoke and mirrors. They don't, the Obama administration and the Democrats, they don't address his record and what he promised to do, and he's not done anything he promised to do except drive us deeper and deeper into debt. And they have no intention of touching his record because there's nothing to see there. So it's all smoke and mirrors, and it's scare tactics. The Republicans, they're going to destroy Social Security, and now they're going to make women have kids they don't want, and yeah.
Well, it's one thing, and that's what we're going to go to now, Harry, so I hope that you'll continue to listen. Bill, you and I are talking about, or wanted to talk, and Kay, you're welcome to chime in about the Republican National Committee. So what do you think? So we've got the plank out, we've got the Alexander said we've got the picture up.
The slogan is
the motto.
we did build that, I believe.
Right.
Was the slogan they released yesterday.
Unfortunately, I think that we're going to have a good convention if we get a chance that Mother Nature lets us have a convention. I think we've got a lot of good things to bring to the American people, and I think this is probably going to be one of the most influential conventions we've had in several presidencies.
And why do you say that?
There is such a great diversity between what Mr. Obama has been able to provide with his experience, which is none, in the last 3 years, and now we have an opportunity to go a different route at a great time when we need to go in a different direction, and we're offering a wonderful direction for this country.
And what do you think is the top reason to vote for Ryan Romney?
I think it's because Mitt Romney has demonstrated he's a businessman. He can run a business. He can make a profit. And if you broke the United States down into little sections, that's all we are. We're a bunch of little businesses that all get together and work together, and we need a leader. And I think that leader is Mitt Romney.
And what does Ryan bring to the ticket?
Stability, and I believe a true foundation of the American ideals when it comes to living and growing and dying in this country.
Well, you've been listening to...
Remarkable charisma, too.
And he brings charisma. K-Day, U.S. Report. Everyone can Google you. K-Day at the U.S. Report. You can Google Bill Haye, too, who is the host of I'm Speaking Plainly right here on WBOB on Saturdays. And you can Google me. I'm Cindy Graves. God knows what you'll come up with. We'll see you.